All right, we're back in Orlando with St. Johns County Fire Rescue Team 2, second one of the day. Time is going to start once they hit that door. All right, doors open. And we're off. So St. Johns County entering the course. They have a two-person team as RIT Team 1. They have a two-person RIT team that is doing a 360, softening the structure and securing utilities. All points as they go throughout this evolution. Team 1 working their way up over the first obstacle as we start this RIT course. They have 15 minutes on course before they are stopped. So the goal is to get our victim out without incurring time penalties within that 15-minute span. Brought to you by the Florida RIT Operations Group here in Florida. Again, all of this a learning experience for these teams. Lots of them having competed before, all for bragging rights. And some pretty cool prizes, if I do say so myself. But today is about having one of the 5 fastest times in order to compete in the finals tomorrow. For those unfamiliar, we'll give some commentary along the way. But this is the second team from St. Johns County running today. All of the draws were random. The 26 teams that are running today, their order was selected by their captains at random, literally drawn out of a hat. Again, competing to be one of those top 5. As we make our way here into the 16-inch, 10-foot-long tunnel. It does require you to strip your air pack. There hasn't been a single firefighter. Wow, that'd be a struggle to go 16. You can barely get the brim of your helmet, tip to tail, into that thing. I think it would be almost impossible to see somebody go through without needing to remove that air pack, and that's kind of the idea. Equipment familiarity, a little bit of claustrophobia. I don't know. I'm not a confined space guy. I'm a hazmat nerd, so. As the commentary from the teams is nobody likes doing it. You just have to do it. So one of the things that you're seeing right here is as the firefighter from Team 1 is entering, pushing his way through this obstacle, other firefighter is waiting. They cannot advance through the course unless they are in their group, in their team. That would be a time penalty added. Now that he has regrouped, as he puts his pack on, the next obstacle is being cleared. Wire entanglement. The victim is located, and now it gets busy for St. Johns County Fire. But really good progress, pushing onto the course, making contact with the victim within the 4 minutes is good time. So if they can keep up the pace. So as he is asking the assessment questions of the victim with zero visibility, things that he would probably be able to see. Team 2 is making its way onto the course. So Team 2, with authorization from IC or the group supervisor, is able to now make entry into the structure. But it does look like the small issue of getting his pack on over there is causing some delay, because in addition to the assessment questions, they have to transfill the downed firefighter or manage his air in some form or fashion. And firefighter 2 has the RIT bag, so small delay there. And as we come to RIT Team 2 making their way into the course, RIT Team 2 will be the team that's required to get the victim out. Good job working together, St. Johns County. So the way that this team is configured, it looks like they're going to be taking the victim out first. Puts them in an advantage of having somebody here. But also, if your team 1 is running low on air, they are unable to get out until team 2 moves with the victim, which could prove costly. But we'll see how this all plays out. So these guys are yelling air check because they can't see with those smoked out Sirius shields. You can see some shapes and some texture, but you're not really able to read that remote gauge. So, and then also, as they call that into command, those are a check off on their list of bonus points. Still waiting to receive the victim. One of the pros to having team 1 stay behind is the RIT bag will stay behind as well. So if any of this crew needs to refill or to top off their bottle, they can transfill off of that RIT pack. So this section of the course, this one hallway, is arguably the most difficult of the whole course. With last year, 60% of teams failing on this section alone. But St. Johns County making quick work. Lots of teamwork. Good communication. Like I said, St. Johns County with an impressive amount of teamwork navigating this rhythm section, or this section here, with a good amount of rhythm. So yeah, rhythm section, sure. Good job. So while St. Johns County just made quick work of one of the more difficult sections on this course, the most difficult arguably today is coming up. So if St. Johns County can negotiate this obstacle efficiently, That puts them in the running for what we have seen as one of the more efficient runs today.
Hey, something on his left, on his right side. Right here.
And they do it. So they're communicating with each other. The tools need to come with these guys as they come out. And good progress being made. So time for this team will stop as soon as everybody exits the structure. Cody over there taking that BA shield off as quickly as possible, simulating that once you're outside of that structure, you can now see, much like real life. And as we make our way to the Denver prop, the victim is officially up and out. The Halligan's been recovered, which means all of the tools and the RIT pack and that is time for St. Johns County. Fantastic run, super clean. Not much to say on that one. Obviously, the judges paid closer attention to the finesse and the skills, more so than I did from my vantage point. But seeing it, it just looked like they cruised through these little sections, specifically like what I'm standing on top of right now. Made it through super quick. They were efficient. Their communication was good. That was a really good run by St. Johns County Fire. So we'll bring you the next one here. We got a couple more teams, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out. So we'll be back in just a minute.